President Trump has ordered that the burning of the American flag be criminalized. But does the Supreme Court have a different take? And does the president really even understand what he is doing? I'm Paul, U.S. Army combat veteran. Slap that subscribe. So this is crazy because, well, we'll talk about why in a second. The president has dropped an executive order just yesterday. It's called Prosecuting Burning of the American Flag, right? And he says, by the authority vested in me by the Constitution, he says, I hereby order that because the flag is good, and therefore its burning is basically should be made illegal, right? And this whole order is an elaborate way of saying, listen, it acknowledges that, the Supreme Court says that the burning the American flag is a protected First Amendment activity, right? Now, they've said that American flag desecration conducted in a manner likely to incite imminent lawless action or an action that amounted to fighting words is constitutionally protected. So, for example, if you rip the flag out of someone's hand and burn it, that's likely to cause a fighting incident. All right, if you were to burn a flag, for example, at a military funeral. But other flag burning as an act of political protest is absolutely protected free speech, right? And this is not this was not ruled on a larger kind of meta case. This was specifically, right? Texas versus Johnson literally was a Supreme Court case about burning the American flag specifically. Here we go. Take a look. Here's the case. 5-4, burning the flag of the United States is protected speech under the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Doing so counts as symbolic speech and political speech. This is someone who has burned the American flag during a protest outside the 1984 Republican National Convention in Dallas, Texas. He received a $2,000 fine and 1 year in jail, right? So I think this is important because, clearly the administration is like, listen, we can't nail you for that. So what we're going to do is direct the DOJ that if you can find anything at all, any sort of little thing, the maximum extent permitted by law, we want you to go after them, right? So if somebody engages in protected speech, the burning of the American flag, which the Supreme Court said you can do as part of political speech, the administration's going to deny, prohibit, terminate, revoke visas, pull green cards, remove you from the United States, charge you with any crime they possibly can get away with. And again, you should ask yourself, is this the actions of an executive branch that is respecting the Constitution? Again, we just saw there's a Supreme Court case that says protecting the flag is political speech. So if the administration goes, technically, we're never going to charge you for burning the flag. We'll charge you for lighting a fire in an inappropriate place. We'll charge you for inciting violence, right? But it doesn't matter what the charge is if it's protected speech. But what is even more weird and disturbing is that what's written here is clearly an executive order. But let's take a minute and just give a listen to what the president thinks he's signing. I think this is also pretty important, right?
Would you listen to this? This is very important. Flag burning. All over the country, they're burning flags.
I haven't seen a single video of anyone burning a flag.
All over the world, they burn the American flag. And as you know, through a very sad court, I guess it was a 5-4 decision, they called it freedom of speech. But there's another reason, which is perhaps much more important. It's called death. Because what happens when you burn a flag is the area goes crazy.
What? He's not really making a lot of sense here.
If you have hundreds of people, they go crazy. You can do other things. You can burn this piece of paper. But when you burn the American flag, it incites riots at levels that we've never seen before. People go.
This is just something he's made up. There's no riot.
Crazy. In a way, both ways. There are some that are going crazy for doing it. There are others that are angry about them doing it. Do you want to discuss that?
Sure. So what the executive order does, sir, it charges your Department of Justice with
The penalty is going to be if you burn. And
So he explains what the executive order is, but I want you to listen to this.
what the penalty is going to be if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail, no early exits, no nothing. You get 1 year in jail. If you burn a flag, you get, and what it does is incite to riot. I hope they use
Okay.
that language, by the way. Did they?
inside.
Okay. This is important. He believes that that he is not just imposing, not just changing U.S. law, right? Not just changing the nature of constitutional protections, but also that he's allowed to like sentence people. Like, that's not how any of this works. That's not how the Constitution works. That's not how the law works. That's not how any of this works. Like, he seems to really believe he's signing a law, which is kind of incredible given that he's been the president now for 5 years. He has 5 years of experience in the presidency.
Incite to riot, and you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years, you don't get 1 month. You get 1 year in jail.
Yeah, that's not how any of this works. So again, this is somebody who doesn't seem to understand what he's arrested. Now, here's the thing. I want to show you guys one other thing. Immediately after this was done, a man was arrested on the White House lawn, in the front gate of the White House, engaging in constitutionally protected speech.
Yep, I'm being detained because I expressed my First Amendment right to burn the United States flag.
Now, you notice, again, the guy is wearing a combat shirt with rank, an American flag. That's the third ID hat. So this is somebody who is almost certainly a veteran themselves.
Public, not causing harm or causing any danger to
As
any
you can see, he just burned an American flag, and now he's being arrested. And as you can see, a riot has immediately broken out.
citizens or personnel in the area.
There he is. You can see the riot. Wow, look at this riot. Truly incredible.
Do this for every single one of you American citizens. We burn this flag in protest to that president who feels that it's his right to do whatever he wants, make whatever law he wants.
As you can see, there is no riot happening. He just chilling out. By the way, he looks like he was a first sergeant or a sergeant first class. So again, somebody who that's somebody who honorably served a 20+ year career.
Regardless if it's legal or illegal.
Look at that. He's going crazy, guys. He's going crazy. He's going crazy.
It is our First Amendment right.
As you can see, literally, just people standing back at a safe distance.
First Amendment right to burn this flag, regardless of what the president says.
So again, this is, I think, important. And we just saw he was arrested for this. This is significant. And again, like the lack of understanding, right? Is this going to hold him in court? Probably not. But the troubling part is that the president, and it's honestly, it'd be funny if it wasn't this dude getting arrested. The troubling part is that the president doesn't really seem to give a shit about like the law or the Constitution or the way the justice system works. None of that matters. He really thinks he can sit down and say, if you burn the flag, you're going to go to jail for a year. It's like Putin can do that. Putin can say, listen, if you talks bad about the special military operation, jail 1 year. No givesies backsies. But in a constitutional republic, one, president doesn't write laws, and even Congress, who does write the laws, doesn't have the authority to violate free speech and to circumvent the rulings of the Supreme Court. If he wants to make the flag burning illegal, an easy option is to just, make constitutional amendment, right? Should be easy. You can add that into the constitutional. You can add that in the Constitution. It's no problem, right? So, again, it's just, you just got to laugh. You just got to laugh at how utterly preposterous it is. And, I'm here to tell you, the guy who did that, almost certainly, if his rank is true and accurate, and is, that is part of being a service member, right? We don't swear an oath to the flag. We don't swear an oath to the president. We swear an oath to the Constitution, right? The Constitution says the president's the commander in chief, but we don't have loyalty to him. We have loyalty to the Constitution, the principles that founded the country, right? And one of those in the Bill of Rights is free speech. If you guys want to support the channel and get access to exclusive uncensored combat footage and YouTube videos that I would never be able to show on this platform, you want to become a member of combatvetnews.com. Just yesterday, we took a look at the propaganda combat footage released by North Korea showing the details of their operations inside Kursk. Plus, a huge thank you to our Colonel tier members over there, like James J, 21 Yanko, Georgia F, Chris Gorsuch, Paul Templeton, Cytronic, Steve Moran, TR Need, Alan Lutson, CM Holmes, and all of our Lieutenant tier members. And of course, you can always hit that subscribe button. That is free. Cheers. See ya.